What's up, everyone? Welcome back to another episode as we dive into hat format. This is round 3 of the hat tournament I'm in, multi-round, multi-day Swiss. And we're currently 1-1. Won the first round against Heradic Rulers, lost the second round against Heradic Rulers. And we're playing Bujin. We're locked in, and I'm not going to go the card by card because it's getting tedious. If you want to watch more of an analysis of how I dive into it, go back and watch episode 1 and 2. I go more in depth in what the deck wants to do. But before we get into the game of round 3, I'll make this quick. There's a couple things I want to address. The first one is Imperial Iron Wall. In game 1 and 2, this was sided against me in rounds 1 and 2. And this is a heck of a card against Bujin. So in hindsight, I think what I would want to do is cut back on some DNA surgery, up one wiretap, and we would play debunk instead. Imperial Iron Wall is, neither players can banish cards. If you know Bujins, or if you watch the first 2 episodes, that's what they want to do. Bujin Hair banishes to protect. Turtle banishes to protect. Quillen banishes to pop. And Bujin Reincarnation, you grab a banished one and one in the bin, and special summon them. So Imperial Iron Wall shuts off half the deck. There are ways we can still kind of play around it. We can play Yamato control, like do the control things, and then use Crane. But we're still limited, so it's tough. There's not a lot of changes we can do now. Like, we're locked in, but for the future, I think that's definitely something that Bujin players will suffer through, is Imperial Iron Wall, which is common side tech, especially if you're not banishing, because the rulers, they're around too, they banish, so it's a good card to play. Debunk, another good one, playing 2 Heradic Ruler matchups. This is huge. In hindsight, I would play a couple of these too. We would just throw them into the side depending on what matchup's up. And it's great in the mirror, I would imagine, because you can debunk Crane, you can debunk Honest, I'm pretty sure, and it just negates and banishes. So solid tech. Can't do anything changes now, but those are some hindsight things I look back on. But let's go ahead and get into the duel, and we'll start messing with that. So we won the coin toss. We're going to be able to go first here, and we'll just start going through it. All right. Good luck to you, my friend. Okay, we're going to draw. This is a good hand to start. Yamato off the top. Michizuki in hand if it does get destroyed. Got Reincarnation waiting in the hand, but we got KC and Maxi for the backup. So it's a good hand. We're going to play KC to lock it down just a little bit. They're going to have to play at our speed. Go to end step. We're going to declare Yamato and go grab a card. The reason why I'm kind of waiting for them to, like, if there's a window, Valor's a thing. So they could Valor it, and we won't be able to do these things, but here's what it is. No Valor. We're going to add Hair and then dump it into the bin because of Yamato effect. Here we're playing against Mermails. They're going to discard Title, special summon Abyssduous. We're going to chain Max C, so at least we can get one card off of this. Declare Max C. We're going to draw, and they're going to pick up Abyss Pike from the Mermail effect from Abyssduous. When it's special summoned this way, they can add 1 level 4 lower, and they're going to pass it over to us. We're going to normal summon Michizuki. They're good with the summon. We're going to overlay, and we're going to make Bujin Susanoo. They're good with the summon, no worries there. We're going to go ahead and activate. We're going to change BTS so we don't get the search. That's alright. Wish we had it, but what are you going to do? We're going to go to main 2. We're going to set Chalice, just in case we need to negate some effects. Pass back over to them. They're under KC. They can't extend. They do have Title in the grave, but what are you going to do? They can't do much under KC. We're actually going to get our search here. So we're going to throw Quill into the graveyard. We're going to use Quill in effect to banish it. We now have Reincarnation live. It's going to destroy Abyssduous when a card is banished. When this card is banished. Attack in for 24. Misclick here, not 8,000. That'd be crazy. Go to main 2. We're going to do Duality. and off duality we hit a Hare, a BTS, and a Crane. We have a Crane and a Harume in hand, so we don't really need to pick up a Crane. And we have a Chalice on the crackback. That's it. So we're looking to pick up BTS here. We have a Hare already in the bin, so we have protection. No need to have more than that. So we're gonna go ahead and pick up BTS just so we have some interruption on their turn. Crane and Hare are gonna go back into the deck. We'll shuffle that up, set BTS, and pass it over. See what happens. Cool. Thinking what they want to do. Activate Abyss Megalo. They're going to discard 2 water monsters, special summon it from the hand. They're going to do Aqua Spirit and that. They're going to try to activate Abyss Megalo. We're going to BTS here just so they can't add. Okay, they're going to go to combat, attack the 24. We're going to drop Crane to protect it. Take some damage, take 24. They're going to activate Tidal in main 2, banishing 2 water monsters, special summon it. Drawing Honest off the top. We're going to special summon Harume by banishing a Crane, and we're going to go to combat, attack Susanoo, drop Honest in the damage step, and that's game with Harume on the cleanup. That is ideally how you want Bujins to go. Like, that was a perfect hand, like almost like custom hand, right? We had KC, we had Yamato, we were able to get our searches, set up the bin, set up the graveyard, set up the hand, and it just turned everything online. And slowing the game down to play at our pace instead of a high tempo pace that Mermail wants to do. Yeah, that's the way you want Bujin to go for sure. Game 2, we're gonna go second, and this hand is okay. Great hand to go first, but we're going second with it. Allure of Darkness, banish Gen X controller. I love this archetype. I love the Gen X cards. I just wish they were better. I think they're sweet though. Alright. Thinking on what we want to do, we're going to normal summon Abyss Pike. When it's normal summoned, they can discard a card. When it's normal special, you can discard one water monster from the graveyard, add a level 3 water monster from deck to your hand. If you've never played Mermail / Atlantean cards, they all kind of have this similar effect. If a card is discarded if this card is discarded for the activation of a water monster, then they get an additional effect. So you drop Abyss Pike, discard Atlantean Dragoons to add a level 3 water monster from your hand, and then in a separate chain, Atlantean Dragoons triggers adds a sea server monster from your hand because it was discarded to meet that cost. It's a lot of value, and yeah, that's why Mermail was great. And Dragoons is a heck of a card regardless. Super sweet. I think it's at 1, maybe 2 in this format. I'll have to double check. Set 2 pass. We're in an okay position. We're gonna go and pod a duality here. Get an Upstart Chalice Hare. We're going to pick up the Hare, put the other 2 back. The reason for this is because we have Yamato in hand. This puts us in a position to pick up Crane, and then discard a Hare. Normal summon Yamato. Go to combat. We're going to attack into Abyss Pike, get 200 damage in. Main 2, we're going to set 2 cards, Lance and TT. Activate effect. They're thinking on my end step. Yep, big thing here, Divine Strike, pitching a Tidal, and that's going to destroy Yamato. Crazy though, that was turn 2 in this match, and already seen Tidal. Tidal's at 1, so feels bad. Pass the turn over, at least we have Torrential Tribute and Lance. We have some follow-up or some interruption. We're going to activate Tidal, banish 2, special summon Tidal. Tidal's going to get in 26. I thought about TTing here, but I mean, it just puts a ruler back in the grave. Like, it doesn't matter. It doesn't do anything. 10k off the top is huge. We got another way to get to Yamato. We're going to activate it. They're going to let us get our search. Pick up Yamato. Drop Yamato. Go to the end step immediately. It's thinking in main 2. They're going to Abyss Sphere. What this does, it's a call of the Haunted from the grave. It just negates their effects. So I guess it's not a call of Haunted at all. Special summon from the deck, its effects are negated, and then it destroys at the opponent's next end step. So they're doing it on my turn, it's gonna go, but it does not matter, because you're gonna get Abyssland, and when it's destroyed, and and goes to the graveyard, they can special summon one Mermail monster from the deck. So Lind is a hell of a card. You're also going to do Imperial Iron Wall. We talked about this in the opening. Can't banish any cards. We're in an okay spot, but this sucks to deal with. So we're going to pick up a Crane with Yamato, and then to meet the other condition, we have to discard one. We're going to discard a hair. A lot it's going to do with us against Imperial Iron Wall. Let's see if we can draw that spell removal. Okay, we're going to special summon Abyss Pike. Abyss Pike can trigger off a special summon. We're going to discard a Heavy Infantry. When the Heavy Infantry is discarded for the activation of Water Effect, which it is, we can destroy a face-up card on the field. Doubt it's going to be Tenki. Also get the search from Abyss Pike. Okay, there goes Yamato. Can't banish the hair to protect it because of Imperial Iron Wall. So, feels good. Genix Undyne is going to come out. It's normal summon. You can send one water monster from your deck to the grave to add a controller. Fun. Gonna throw Marksman. Marksman's gonna pop a back row. Yep. This was somewhat of a misplay. I should have just TT'd here. They still would have gotten Abyssal Hide, Abyss Megalo, but we wouldn't be at this bad of position. So they're gonna destroy Lance, but we're gonna chain it and lower some damage that we normally would take. Wouldn't have been lethal without it, but still lower it somewhat. We're going to take 44. Yep. Upstart into Duality. Let's deep draw and see what we can find. Oh, there's Yamato. We have a Crane in hand, so there's a chance we could stave off the damage. It's not looking great, though. Normal summon Yamato. Let's go to combat. We're at 19 because of Tenki, attacking to Abyss Pike. We're going to let it go. They're going to take 2. We're 3. Main 2, end phase. We're going to Yamato Search. Pick up another Crane, so we have 2. And then we're going to discard Quillen. Can't banish, can't pop. Main 1. We're going to activate some effects. Undyne, get another controller. Drop Heavy Infantry. Heavy Infantry is going to blow up Yamato because of the discard effect. And that's game. So that's the difference, right? We have Bujin deck that wants to play slow and play control, try to get KC, try to get Yamato, get protection. But Mermail is similar to Heretic Rulers, where it wants to combo off and go quick, and it can generate so much tempo because you're either adding cards to your hand all the time with also the negative cost to your opponent, because it's going to blow stuff up with Heavy Infantry or Abyssland or whatever it is, all the nonsense, and it's not great to play into, but I can't feel too bad. Mermail is considered S tier in the format, so one of 3 decks that really are. So we're gonna go first tier, draw for turn, pick up a BTS. Our hand is iffy. We got 3 trap cards and we're going to pass it over. I'll pause here for a second. I thought about playing KC and then normal summon Crane just so we have KC live, but it just seemed bad. Especially because they can special summon anything crazy and just beat over it. So, special summon Abyssjuous by discarding a water monster. We're going to bottomless trap hole to chain this so we at least banish the Abyssjuous. Discarding a title, they're still going to get their search, and so it was summoned. They're going to add a level 4. That's what they're thinking on. Add Abyssland. They still have their normal summon Abyssland. They get in with Abyssland beats 1500 to the life points. Pass the turn. MST, you don't want to see it. We're going to send pass Abyssland. Let's go. 1500 in. Go crazy. Set 2 pass. We're going to add Harume. Now we can summon Crane because at least we have some purpose for it in the back row. I mean in the grave because we can bench for Harume. Activate KC so they can't extend past 1. Attack in for nice 100. We're going to special summon Abyssal Lead. We're going can't chain TT. This was a misplay because it's in the damage step when it's triggering, just like a recruiter does. We're gonna end our turn there. Battle phase, attack in. Crane goes, we're gonna take 1100, draw for turn. We'll give him a grand to draw another card for upstart. Okay, not a bad draw off the top. This we'll talk about it in a second. So we're going to banish for Crane, special summon Harume, and get in for damage. We're going to drop Honest, and they're going to think on this. This is what I would have done in hindsight. I think this is a misplay to do it in this order, with a Dark Hold and then Harume, but tunnel vision a little bit. So on the activation here, they're going to Divine Strike. I asked them if they can do it during the damage step, and since it's an activated ability, and when a monster is activated, they can. So Honest goes, no activation, we take 700, and Harume dies. Pass the turn. They're going to get in for 27, don't want to commit to anything. Torrential is live, they don't know about it, but it is a thing. Pass it over. Dark Hole, and hope for the best. Hope they don't grab anything crazy. Set 1. And they're going to activate Tidal, banish 2, normal summon, we're going to TT it goes, and then they have Abystuous in hand, discarding a Dragoons. Dragoons going to affect, they're going to add from Abystuous, and that's game. That is the difference between a tempo deck, which can generate a lot of value and was like a lead in this format, versus the Bujin style, where it's like, hey, let me slow it down, let me bring you to my tempo, with like cards like Kaiser Coliseum and Susanoo, which we can just generate a bunch of value. But yeah, it is what it is. You don't want to lose, but it doesn't feel as bad when you get one game against an S tier deck, right? There are 3 S tier decks in the format. You got Hat, you got Yugioh, and Mermail. They're way strong cards. But I feel like we put up a decent fight. A couple misplays, but not too bad. At least we were able to grab one game. But that is it for round 3. Now 1 and 2. We got a couple more rounds ahead of us. And looking forward to the rest of it. I think this will be I'm going to move away from Bujin after this tournament. We're going to have a couple days off in between, maybe like a week or 2 for the holidays. And then we'll come back, and I have some other decks I want to cook with. But Bujins have been a ton of fun. I mean, game 1, when you draw bananas, it feels pretty good. But anyways, thanks for watching, and stay tuned for round 4 coming up. Thanks, guys.